past mistakes. I'm blue without your face. But what can I do? 'Cause I'm just a sinking ship, and you're just a pair of lips that I've lost in the moment. All I want is for you to come back. Now I'm caught in the middle of life, and I need you to survive.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Red Pill Diaries. And I'm back with my colleague, Matthew Erhet, from the Canadian Patriot podcast. He's an author, a journalist, and an all-around great guy. How is it going today, Matthew?
Hey, Rashid, I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
Well, you know how I'm doing. From the conversations before the show.
Well, so far, so good, man. I can hear you. I think the audience can hopefully hear both of us. So I think your technical issues have been resolved. I hope. Fingers crossed, toes crossed. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah, Matthew, you wanted to share a few things with us before we address a lot of things that are going on in the news. So the floor is yours, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Well, absolutely. I thank you. And we were chatting a little bit on X back and forth a little bit regarding my desire to try to bring something that many people in the geopolitical commentary sphere and analysis sphere are a little bit uncomfortable walking into this terrain, which deals with psyops of an UFO nature, of an ET nature. And I think it's really important because, how we perceive the world, the perceptions we have about the nature of the cosmos create a sort of contextual foundation of the mind in which we then shape why we think things are happening, of a war, of a military intelligence nature, why are policies occurring the way they are rather than some other pathway that is imaginable. And so there is a battle for our imagination, and that's been going on for many generations. That's, the CIA wasn't stupid when they realized that they could be gaining a lot of power by putting billions of dollars into funding Hollywood movies, into funding TV shows and platforms that would feature nominally entertainment material on Netflix, on Amazon Prime. But they're not stupid. They don't want to entertain us, right? These agencies don't care about entertaining us to make us happy. It is a war, a battle over what we think the nature of our creation is, the nature of morality, which informs our decisions, how we determine what choices we make based on what moral values, is entirely colored by whether or not we have a concept of God, the creator, the law, that the truth of UFO disclosure will shake the foundations of the entire Christian world and have people question their very idea of God. Now, Spielberg's been at this for a long time. That was one of his early movies that made him a big player, was Close Encounters of the Third Kind, way back in 1978, advised by a bunch of government spooks and social engineers who were on set advising him, and we could talk a little bit about that. But my documentaries go through a lot of the different dynamics, including the hoax of Roswell. So I wanted to just chat a little bit about why they're doing this, how we can know that this is a hoax. But before we do any of that, I wanted to play a little video by a comedy group in 2008, which you might have seen, called The Whitest Kids You Know. Have you heard of these kids?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna play a little 2-minute segment of a skit that they did in 2007, actually, in season 2 of this skit comedy series, and I hope that the sound comes through. It's called "Are We Going to War with Iran Today?" And here it is. Can you see that?
Yes. Let me add it to. Wait. Let me add to screen. It should be able to.
Okay.
Add to screen.
And just let me know if the sound is not coming through.
Okay, thank you for waiting. The president has asked me to come out and make a brief statement about the wire that just went out a couple minutes ago. To make things short, I will just confirm that yes, we do have a moon base, and yes, we are currently experiencing some bear problems. Now, I will open it up if there are any questions.
Mr. Press Secretary! Mr. Press Secretary! Mr. Press Secretary!
New York Times.
Yes. I have a 11-part question.
I'm sorry, I only have time for 2.
All right, let me get this straight. So the United States government is we do have a moon base, and that there's a problem
Of the United States secret moon base. This was taken yesterday before we discovered the bear problem. And this one was taken just a couple hours ago. So, as you can see, bears everywhere.
Mr. Press Secretary! Mr. Press Secretary! Mr. Press Secretary!
Mr. James.
Yeah, those bears appear to have guns and motorcycles.
We believe they may be involved in some sort of intergalactic drug cartel, perhaps affiliated with one of the interstellar wizard alliances.
Wizard alliances?
Yes, next question.
just a thought, more of a shot in the dark, but we wouldn't happen to be invading Iran today, would we?
All right, let's forget this whole thing. Who wants a drink? First round's on me. Come on!
Yeah!
All right. I just thought that would create a nice little mood.
Before we go further, thank you for the $10 super chat, Chili Pepper dash 09Y. Go ahead, Matthew. Go ahead, Matthew.
No, they really hit it out of the park, and I thought that was just so great, considering especially of docile hedonism, so that they don't awaken their better qualities, their more dignified qualities of divinity within them. So how do you do that? What would justify such evil to perpetuate, to not just do evil in the time that it exists, but also to perpetuate these very unnatural ways of being for many generations, centuries, millennia even, into what they aspire. I think they hope that these would be perpetual systems forever. But it requires ideology. It requires like some way of thinking about good and evil and right and wrong, right? And how do you think of your purpose and what makes you you and what makes laws that you didn't create. And so part of the esoteric teaching structure, because all of these organizations, these mystery religions have, should be qualified as being man endowed with thelema to do what thou wilt. That should only be those who are vetted, who go through certain initiation, who deserve the quality of human or man as a name, with all of those, divine properties and rights associated with them. They're not equal opportunity people at all. They think most people otherwise should be killed, or at least rendered into servitude in perpetuity for the benefit of the master class of man, or trans. I mean, that's part of their formula for social control and management too. Is that.
And I think that may be one of the reasons why all of the tech giants like Bill Gates, they come from a eugenist background, and that is hidden away in the background where a lot of people don't understand. But before we close, I want to play this clip, and this is about AI, Peter Thiel, and Palantir, and I want your assessment after this. This comes from RT, so I want you to pay attention to this right here.
Silicon Valley's conquest for a techno-fascist future has hit a roadblock, as Berlin's apparently telling the U.S. tech giant Palantir that it's not buying experimental American AI military programs. The CEO, Alex Karp, is up in arms about it.
What products will Europe buy to defend itself? Will they buy products that have been tested in PowerPoint presentations, or will they buy the products that can single-handedly stop a major military power?
Karp went as far as to compare debate about his company within Germany to discussing witchcraft. God forbid anybody criticize tech fanaticism, especially from a company that profits from AI killing programs. Those who drank the Karp Kool-Aid, though, like Kiev, have gained the techno-Führer's approval.
You can think of it as an operating system for war. Just as companies use operating systems, Ukraine has one for the modern battlefield.
Kiev's state partnership with Palantir seems to be just one theater in a global crusade outlined in a book, The Technological Republic. Many have criticized it as an outright fascist manifesto for the West's role in the 21st century, as it seeming to bring about a new age of AI oligarchy in a Western world finding it more and more difficult to understand what democracy it actually has left.
Yeah.
Floor is yours. The floor is yours on that one.
Yeah. I mean, I was impressed that they zeroed in on Oswald Mosley's grandson, Louis Mosley, as the CEO of Palantir UK, and most people do miss that. What JFK was doing, what policies they were invoking, and what understanding they had of the terrain that they were operating within. There's a lot of resource. Or look at what China's even been doing today to battle this other insurgency, the fifth columnists within China. And yeah, I can't say much more than that.
I'm going to add all of that in the description. I have to add it later because you know what was going on before the show. So, Matt, I'm going to add everything after the show, and then I'll send you the link, man. Thank you so much. Tell your wife I say be blessed and be safe, man. And I'll talk to you later. Bye. I will talk to you later.
Bye.
All right. Everybody listen. As I say to you all, listen, please remember, do right by others, not because there's some material gain to be had or because some accolades to be had, but do right by others because it's the right, the humane, and the godly thing to do. Because even when no one else is watching you, remember that God Almighty is watching you. And as my late, great, and dutiful and wonderful mother would always say, God sits high on the throne of power, but he looks low at the actions of man. Know that I love each and every one of you who loves truth, but know that the love that I have for you will always pale in comparison to the love that God has for you. Until we next speak again, stay strong, stay true, but above all things, remember to stay righteous. Hey, hit the like button and share also. Hey, mama, your baby boy still loves you more than life. Deuces, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Peace. We're out of here.